anyone ever asked you, where are you from? You got an accent. Oh, I can tell you're Italian. You got a schnoz just like my Uncle Guido, hey? That's okay. Some folks need to place us in their comfort zone because they want to put us somewhere. But what if those questions become accusations or slurs? That they cannot accept the person your ancestors created. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and every family member in this room, join me on a journey that may help you discover who you really are and why it matters to the rest of us. Do you remember that boat ride at Disneyland called It's a Small World? There they are, 300 brightly costumed audio animatronic dolls holding hands and singing, promoting joyful global harmony. I remember looking at that when I was a kid and I thought, boy, that's really corny. But as I got older and hopefully wiser, I realized it is a small world. Thanks to our ancestors who commingled around the world at least 500 years ago. PBS had a show last year called Finding Your Roots. It was hosted by Harvard professor Henry Louis Gates. And one day, Professor Gates visited some African American school children. And he asked them, are you absolutely sure your ancestors are only from Africa? And they looked at him, oh yes. It was obvious, right? They had African features. Their eyes and their skin were as dark as ebony. And he said to them, I want to show you something. He pulled down a chart. It was the map of Europe. And on this chart were brightly colored circles, red, blue, green, orange, yellow. And he said to them, that is your DNA too. You are also of European ancestry. And they looked at him. They couldn't believe what they saw. What was Professor Gates' message? To me, it was, don't judge a book cover, even when that book cover is your own. You see, the show's researchers were proving a very valid point, that all of us are genetically connected, separated only by 3 degrees. 3 degrees of separation means that everyone here has one mysterious distant cousin 4, 5, 6 times removed. Now this show made me think of my own mother. First generation Lebanese American, born and raised in Toledo, Ohio. You couldn't miss her heritage. She had the black, curly, dark hair that went all the way down to here. Dark brown eyes, beautiful olive complexion. And one day, she was 10 years old, she was playing with her friends on the school steps. And then one day, this girl out of the blue went up to her and called her a dirty Syrian. Well, my mother curled her fist into a ball and boom, co-cocked her. Right there on the school steps. I understand it was quite a fight. But those cruel words followed my mother for years. And she would tell that story to my father and I. And she'd say, those words branded my soul like a hot, sizzling iron. And my father looked at me and he said, honey, be glad you're a Jones. No one can hurt you if they don't know what you are. Some people insist on pressing down that bigot button because they can't accept those who are racially or culturally different from themselves. But if they dug a little deeper in their own roots, they may not like what they find. Those people they condemn, they're really family members. Let me illustrate this a little bit more intimately. For 50 years, I thought for sure, on my dad's side, English and Welsh. That's it. My mother's side, 100% Lebanese. And then one day last year, I got a little bored, and so I started to troll for my ancestors on Ancestry.com. Whoa, I found the names of at least 2,000 ancestors going way back to the 8th century. One in particular impressed me. My 9th great-grandfather, Lord William Lyon, 14-year-old orphan, traveled from England to Massachusetts 1 year after the Mayflower. And I thought, okay, he's just English, that's it. No. I dug into his roots and found out he's connected to Scottish nobility, connected to Norman French, and then all the way of Europe down to Turkey, Armenia, Jerusalem. And that was just on my father's side. This humbled me tremendously because that was proof. We are a small world. We are one family. We are one race. When you leave this contest today, go home, and if you can, call up your grandparents. Grandma, Grandpa, tell me about your history. Or search yourself for your ancestors on the internet. Dare to discover the thousands of people who made you who you are and how you're connected to the rest of us. But for now, look at the person sitting next to you. Yes, do so. Look at them, smile, say hello, and afterwards, give them a great big hug. Because, hey, that's what family does. Whether we're close relation or separated only by 3 degrees. Madam Toastmaster.